Okay. Peace, love, and light. Quick disclaimer. My content is for educational purposes only. Can't stress enough for you guys to do your own research. Appraise my content. Inform me of any mistakes you come across. None of us have lived long enough to know all that transpired in the past, and none of us can live long enough to know all that there is to learn. With that being said, welcome back to No Wood Nickels. This particular video is, I decided to do this particular video because while I was at work, conversation kept reoccurring, about dieting and things relative to dieting and, issues that surround it. And basically, man, first I'm gonna start off by saying I don't believe in things being hereditary as far as diseases go. My theory on it is that if you eat the way your parents or whomever it was that raised you eat, and they had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, so on, so forth, etc., and you eat the same way, you're going to eventually, encounter the same disease within the body. Makes sense that, the government and any of its facets, the modern medicine business, it makes sense and it fits their narrative. Oh, that's hereditary. If your mother, if your father or your mother had it, then 9 times out of 10 it's hereditary, and you're gonna have it. So you want to get ahead of it and take this and take that. I mean, everybody gonna do what they do, but not me. I'm not. As is right now, I don't take nothing that the government produces. Right now, currently, the food that I consume, yeah, that comes from them. But see how long that lasts. Because that's your true freedom and your power right there. You grow your own food. You create the circumstances whereby you can be self-sufficient. What the fuck you need the government for? Why you gotta, follow their rules and live by their guidelines and all that bullshit? But that's another video. Back to diet. The input that I gave, in the conversations that I, indulged in was basically look at your teeth. You see any fangs? You got a bunch of molars back here. They for grinding. So scientifically, if you look at your teeth, then you're a herbivore. And if you are of a melanin background, meaning, you're ebenoid or you're African, or, if you look like, if your skin tone is like this or darker, then basically, if you go back down the lines, you come from a climatology, or your bloodline comes from a climatology where everything they needed for sustenance grew out the ground. You wasn't in caves and had to, come out and hunt, because things didn't grow out the ground. You didn't have to hunt animals down and kill them and consume the flesh, you know, and all of the other, you know, things that you consume in that flesh, you know. That in and of itself, you know, because see, we have a different genetic and biological makeup than they do. You know, of course, they're not going to let you know about what they know as it relates to who you are and what you are. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to maintain dominance over you. But anyway, getting back to the teeth, you're a herbivore, you know. And one of the main benefits, I'm gonna just cut through all of the fluff. One of the main benefits, to me, is the main benefit, is in eating, you know, vegetables, fruit, nuts, you know, those things. They're still alive. They still have life within them when you consume them. So you are eating of life. The last resting place for the nutrients in the food that you consume is the bone marrow, scientifically proven. So you actually are what you eat. Just you know, some things to think about, man. And I can tell you from personal experience. You know, when I changed my diet and got up off the meat, lethargy. You know, being lethargic after you eat, thing of the past. You know, the amounts of energy that you end up having via the foods you eat. You know, once you leave the meat alone, you know, it's like night and day. You know, ain't no itis. You know, when you have a clean, healthy diet. And on top of that, your senses heighten when you have a clean diet. Your sense of smell, your sense of sight, your hearing, you know, everything works as it should work. But when you eating things that are already dead, when you consume them, just think about that. You know, I mean, you know, everybody's going to do what they do. But again, if you can control what you put in your mouth, then you can control every other aspect of your life. It takes a lot of discipline to come up off of the things that you've grown the taste for, things that you were born and raised on. You know, but if you can conquer that, then the question then becomes, what can't you conquer? Because the level of discipline that it takes in order for you to deny yourself of your appetites and cravings based on the knowledge of how detrimental it is to the body. Research how hard it is for the body to actually digest meat. This is why you get lethargic, because your body has to shut down in order to digest it. You know, and this might seem like nothing to a lot of you guys, but that just lets me know that this video is not for you. But for those of us that actually care about ourselves and, you know, want to live our best life, it starts with what you put in your mouth. Then it goes to what you visually consume, what you audibly consume, and the types of energies you allow to be surrounded by. You allow yourself to be surrounded by. If you're around cats, you know, man or woman, and all they do is complain, and everything's coming from a derogatory space, you need not be around them people, man. Especially if it affects you, whether you let them know that or not. But you know, if you're around somebody and they exhibiting one of the behaviors that I just, you know, described, and it hits you internally, like, man, this motherfucker, shut up, suck it the fuck up, do what you got to do. You don't like something, change it. If you feel like that, then that's you. That's your inner self letting you know you don't need to be around that individual. Either that, or they go out their way to find. Well, shit, how can that work when this gonna happen? Or what about this? They look for things. You lead them to that. Lead them to that. And let them wallow in that bullshit. See, I'm different. Like I don't fuck what ain't, what could possibly go wrong. That ain't even coming into my, awareness. I'm looking at what do I have to do to make it happen? What do I have to do to make, to create the circumstances that will bring benefit my way? Other than that, I'm not even giving it consideration. Because what you give power to has power over you, even if that's your own thoughts. So, again, man, diet, man, is very important, man. It goes beyond what you orally consume. Also, I just had it in my mind. I almost forgot. I hope I can remember it. It's relative to everything I'm saying. Wow. Don't y'all hate when that happens? Brain fart. Your full thoughts get caught up in your train of thought, whatever. But yeah, man, understand first of all who and what you are. Look into the history of that. Your ancestors' cultures and culturalistic, behaviors and, customs and ways and all the things that they did, because they lived a lot longer than we live too now. And I can't. I'm trying to think about what it was that I know I'm forgetting while I talk to you, but it'll probably come as soon as I cut this video off. But All right. Anyway, I'm not gonna let give y'all a bunch of dead air. So yeah, man. Your teeth let you know basically what your diet should consist of. Your oral and audible consumption, music you listen to. It's crazy, man. Like 102.103. What is it? 10. I forget. I don't listen to the radio or none of that no more. But at the job today, we was working the car ship. So on the vans, when they transport us from the ship to the car lot to get another car, I'm hearing the shit that they got on the radio, man. This shit is so low vibrational. And I'm like, wow. Anybody that listens to this shit on a regular basis, there's no way that you can vibe high when you're consuming that much bullshit. Mental trash. And it's crazy because all the radio stations are pushing this shit. And I ain't, hey, man, it just is what it is, man. The truth don't owe no apologies and no explanations, man. That shit's trash. Trash. But, yeah, man, I don't want to get to rambling, man. I done forgot the last portion of what I was going to speak about. But, yeah. If maintaining, a healthy body, in order to, a healthy body and a healthy mind, man, you have to control your circumstances. The only thing in this world that you can create, that you can control is yourself. Then once you can control yourself, that that control is able to expand based on, you know, what you learn about yourself. You know, it's gonna be different for everybody. But yeah. Um, Damn, it's right on the tip of my. I can't think about it. But anyway, man, that's what I got for y'all, man. So I'm going with it. Easy.